Prime Minister Balendra Saha had started meeting foreign ambassadors separately, one-on-one meetings, if you will. This is a major headline in itself. Why? Because since assuming office on March 27, the Prime Minister had made it clear that he would not meet foreign ambassadors separately, that he would not embark on foreign visits for quite some time, that he will look after the domestic affairs of the country. He will focus on things like good governance, service delivery, and whatnot. But in line with that policy, Prime Minister Saha had a couple of meetings with foreign ambassadors and representatives of development agencies. He met them collectively in August, and he did not embark on any foreign visit. Instead of uh, Prime Minister Saha, the chair of the ruling Rashtriya Swatantra Party, Rabi Lamichhane, embarked on a visit to India. He met the chief of the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party, the External Affairs Minister of India, the National Security Advisor, and if I am not mistaken, the Prime Minister himself also. So he was filling in the gap of the government. But these days, all seems not exactly well within the Rashtriya Janata Party. Through social media posts, the Prime Minister has just sent feelers. He has been sending feelers that he is all alone on the top, that somehow he seems to be indicating that within the party fold as well, he is standing alone, that there are not many by his side. Amid this defensive posture, amid this feeling of loneliness, the Prime Minister has begun reaching out to foreign ambassadors. All is not well within the Rashtriya Swatantra Party. This tussle seems to be increasing by the day. And the Prime Minister, it appears, is feeling a bit sidelined. Against this backdrop comes a series of meetings with two important meetings, if you will, with the ambassadors of Nepal's next door neighbors, that is India and China. This meeting, the picture that is on the background is of the Prime Minister meeting India's ambassador to Nepal, Navin Srivastava. What transpired at that important meeting? Let's just talk a bit about this meeting. The two sides discussed what Ambassador Srivastava described as strong and multifaceted partnership between the two countries. The Prime Minister describes Nepal's once again as historic relations between the two countries. This is all right, historic relations. We are just next door neighbors, very close neighbors. But Close relations also bring in inequality. A sense of injustice pervades in Nepal vis-à-vis various deals and treaties. The 1950s Peace and Friendship Treaty is one of them. Then a series of deals and treaties about the sharing of rivers that originate in Nepal. Nepal has always made it clear that it feels shortchanged when it comes to the sharing of water resources. The Mahakali Treaty, the Kosi Treaty, the Gandaki Treaty, and whole lot of other deals and treaties, other deals about the sharing of water resources. Nepal feels cheated. But in the coming days, will Nepal's competent bureaucracy, Nepal's uh, competent diplomatic wing be able to just put on the table the grievances that Nepal has vis-a-vis relations with India? We have been grappling with a lot of problems due to the open border, the Rohingya refugees crisis. We just had this Bhutanese refugee crisis because of that open border. We have whole lot of uh, people coming into Nepal through a porous border that has huge security implications for Nepal. And have we bothered to raise this issue with India? I think we have not. We have missed several opportunities to do that. This open border has brought about, it is bringing about demographic shift in our society. During bilateral discussions, India raises like concerns about security threats from Nepal because of this factor. But have we ever bothered to raise our security concerns because of whole lot of people, not many of them, maybe not many of them with pious intentions entering into Nepal? It is a huge security headache, a huge security concern for Nepal as well, because we have a very thin security presence along the border, and this country has been reeling under instability, the absence of rule of law, the absence of good governance, and whatnot. And that is why it becomes imperative for Nepal to raise this issue with India. This meeting just, I hope, paves the way for fruitful engagements between our two countries. Also, this is not a one-off meeting. A series of exchanges are taking place shortly. Uh, the, the Chief of Army Staff of India is visiting Nepal. He is coming to Nepal on August 16 on a 5-day visit. Then uh, the Foreign Affairs Minister of India, S. Jaishankar, will be visiting Nepal towards the end of August to just invite Nepal, I think, to take part in the BRICS summit that India is hosting. So Nepal has this opportunity to raise concerns, genuine concerns with India. We can always talk about our multifaceted relationship, adjectives laden relationship, but there are certain problems in that relationship also. So we should not be brushing these problems, these issues under the carpet. So much for this engagement with India. Now we have another uh, important uh, meeting that Prime Minister Saha had yesterday itself. It was with Chinese ambassador to Nepal. Let's talk a bit about it also. Nepal, China is Nepal's next door neighbor and a very important development partner. We have historic, cultural, ancient relationship with our northern neighbor as well. While we seek to just deepen our engagement, our relations with our southern neighbor, we should not also just forget that there is another neighbor, another next door neighbor that has stood with Nepal through thick and thin, that is China. So Prime Minister Saha had a meeting with uh, China's ambassador to Nepal, Mao Ning, right after a meeting with India's ambassador to Nepal, Navin Srivastav. This appears to show that Nepal attaches almost equal importance to her ties with uh, China. So this meeting comes amid tense times. China has repeatedly expressed concerns about certain activities that harm its national interest. Nepal has always uh, pledged to abide by its one China policy. So that may be a matter of satisfaction, but China, it appears, is not satisfied with words alone. It demands, it wants some concrete action. It is particularly concerned about pre-Tibet activities taking place uh, in Nepal. Recently, there were reports that tremendous pressure from China and pressure from certain security organs of Nepal led to the postponement of a conference, an international conference on Tibetan language, culture, and whatnot. So China has even used harsh words to just convey its concerns instead of mild diplomacy. It has threatened, uh, it has also used threatening language at times that those elements will be just powdered, crushed, that kind of language it has used. And Nepal has these expressions as Nepal on the edge. Somehow it appears that China does not appear to be bothered about this difficult pass that Nepal is in. We are not like a country of yesterday. We were a formidable force. We were a huge country. Now we are a dismembered country plagued by instability, the absence of good governance, the rule of law, uh, political instability, and whatnot. While it continues to pursue its interests in Nepal, security or otherwise. It seems our northern neighbor seems quite unaware or least bothered, if you will, about the compulsions of Nepal, about conflicting foreign interests that it has to accommodate while it just seeks, while it does its best to just address concerns of the Chinese. For example, Nepal had genuine concerns about the two giant neighbors, India and China, using Nepal's Lipulekh. Nepal has been claiming that Lipulekh forms a a part and parcel of this territory, this area consisting of Lipulekh, Kalapani, and Limpopo. It has been just basing this claim on that parcel of territory based on historic documents like the Treaty of Sugauli and land tax payment papers, electoral rules, and whatnot. But despite genuine objections from Nepal, India and China, what they did was like to just go for bilateral trade and the exchange of pilgrims through that very pass. So while these countries, China and India, seek to pursue their interests vigorously, they seem to be trampling on uh, the genuine interests of Nepal. And this is alienating Nepal. While they seek to just roll on that Asian century, while they seek to just uh, travel on that highway for the Asian century, while they aspire to become great superpowers, they seem to be undermining Nepal's genuine interests. So these meetings, these engagements, I hope will just make them realize that the journey to the Asian century will be smoother if they just manage, if they manage to just address the genuine concerns of Nepal as well. Otherwise, I don't know, like we wish them all the very best, but do you think that uh, one time the two giants will be able to achieve that greatness without taking the immediate neighbors into confidence? I believe uh, the this I think they would do well to just delve deeper into Nepal's concerns while they aspire to just rise to greatness, to become great powers ruling the world. Apart from Nepal's engagements with India and China, I think the Prime Minister is also planning to visit, uh, planning to meet uh, the United States ambassador to Nepal, and he has some more engagements, important engagements coming up. Like I think uh, the representatives of the European Union may be a meeting with uh, the ambassador of the United Kingdom to Nepal, maybe another meeting with Australian ambassador to Nepal and whatnot. My concern is also that in the past we have seen what I call dark room diplomacy, like meetings every now and then, almost in every nook and cranny, that kind of thing. Like what transpires at those meetings, the Nepalese would not know. They were very opaque, and there was a genuine feeling, there has been a genuine feeling in Nepal that these meetings trample on Nepal's sovereignty through hush hush deals and treaties and whatnot. You know, that kind of concern was there. Do these meetings also indicate at this return of this dark room diplomacy? Uh, on one side, there is uh, a senior official with his aide taking diplomatic notes, perhaps representatives from his or her foreign ministry, while on the other side, there is only Prime Minister of Nepal or the Foreign Minister of Nepal without any representative from the Foreign Ministry. That kind of arrangements and that kind of dark room diplomacy that sells Nepal down the river. Do these meetings indicate towards Nepal's return to darkroom diplomacy? That is my genuine concern. In the coming days, we will just try to follow up on this. With this remark, I wrap up this edition of Soft Talk. I request you once again to do a thing. If you like our kind of presentation, if you are like quite content with it, I request you to subscribe to this channel, comment on our presentation, and press that like button. We are trying to promote independent voices in the interest of Nepal and the Nepalese, and every support, every like, every subscription counts. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.